8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Good evening from the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for non-conference men's basketball play. A busy weekend on the Dordt campus, and the Dordt Defenders will be facing Loras this evening in non-conference basketball play. This is the season opener for the Dordt Defenders, and this is the Wireless World pregame show as we get set for tonight's men's contest. The Dordt Defenders come into the game coming off a 19-11 overall mark, 12-8 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference last year. They advanced to the NAI National Championship opening round before losing in the first round of play. While the Loras plays in NCAA Division III basketball, they hail out of the American Rivers Conference, the old Iowa Conference, for those of you around long enough to remember that. They were 24-6 last year, 11-5 of the conference. They finished third, and they won their postseason tournament before advancing on to the NCAA Division III National Tournament, where they played in the second round and lost to Wisconsin-Platteville in that tournament, and seeing their season come to an end. Loras last year 24-6. The Dordt Defenders 19-11 last year. We're at the DeWitt Gym in Sioux Center, Iowa. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the starting lineups and a few of the high points that we'll be watching for this evening. Dordt versus Loras men's basketball on the Dordt Media Network right after this 2-minute timeout.
Welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me show you around. So right now we're in the spacious head house of the complex. On my left here we have the concession stand, and then on my right here we have a seating area, whether that's for students, spectators, or fans to come and enjoy before and in between games. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have the space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. So the Dome has impacted the softball team in a variety of ways. First, we used to practice during the winter months over in the rec center, but the limited space availability never really allowed us to hit our full potential, whereas in here, we can fit 2 full-size softball fields. We're also able to start games much earlier in the season. We have a range of equipment available here at the Dome, whether it's the batting cages, the soccer goals, or even a field goal available for the football team. It's a huge opportunity to have the space available to practice in the off-season, especially for our outdoor athletic teams. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dordt athletes, it's for the entire community. Whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. The American State Bank Sports Complex will change not only how we practice as Dordt athletes, but also how we interact with the community as a whole. Thanks for letting me take you on a little tour. Hope you stop by soon.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa. Here are some of the players you'll be hearing about for both teams. First of all, for the visitors from Loras, Tyler Bass averages 12.3 points per game. He also averages 7.2 rebounds per game. That was last season. Jack Haynes is averaging 10.5 points per game with 5.5 rebounds last season. Declan Sheerlick he averaged 8.4 points per game, and Jared Pearson 7.4 points per game for Loras and the Dewhawks. For the Dordt Defenders, much of the same cast of characters that we became accustomed to watching last year. They return leading scorer Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen averaged 20.4 points per game with 6.8 rebounds. He's a 6'4" junior from Milford, Iowa. He also surpassed 1,000 points last season. Bryce Kopic averaged 18 points per game last season. He is back for a 5th year. He is a 5'11" senior from Hawarden, Iowa. Connor Milliken averaged 12.7 points per game. Connor, 6-foot sophomore from Springfield, Nebraska. Luke Rankin, the senior point guard. 11.2 points per game, 6.7 assists, 50.2% field goal shooting. Luke Rankin is a senior from Grimes, Iowa. Then you've got Ben Fairclough from Australia. The 6'8 senior averaged 7.1 points per game last year with 6.5 rebounds. Jake Hargens, 5.8 points per game with 4.2 rebounds per contest. And Ty Van Essen averaged 5.1 points per game last season for the Defenders. New faces for Dordt. Jake Proctor, a 6'3 sophomore from Heston, Kansas. He transfers in from Tabor College, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits into the mix. You've also got Jake Hargens returning. He saw significant diminishment in his playing time last year because of injury, and then tough to work back into the rotation fully, but would expect him to be playing a very prominent role for the Defenders here this season. Dordt versus Loras in non-conference men's basketball. The season opener for the Defenders and exhibition for Loras. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the opening tap, starting lineups on the Wireless World pregame show right after this 2-minute timeout.
The Hope Fund helps cover a myriad of situations that students find themselves in, most of them not self-inflicted. It could be the medical condition of a family member. It could be natural disasters. 100% of what's donated to that fund goes to students for real-world need. It gives Defender Nation an opportunity to come together and help students and their families who are in need. We get to participate in something that is so much bigger than ourselves.
Today's Dordt Media Network broadcast, brought to you by Cruise & Cruise PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Loras, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit epremierbank.com or stop by any of the 5 Premier Bank locations in Iowa or South Dakota to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for tonight's basketball contest. Glad to have you along with me on the Dordt Media Network. A busy weekend, and we know that you've got plenty of options this weekend, and glad you're making our men's basketball contest a part of that. Here are the starting lineups for the Dordt University Defenders playing in their season opener. They will play number 0, Luke Rankin. Rankin is a 5'10 senior from Grimes, Iowa. Connor Milliken is a 6-foot sophomore from Springfield, Nebraska. He wears number 1. Number 2 is Bryce Kopic, a 5'11 senior from Hayward, Iowa. Number 3 is Lucas Lorenzen, a 6'4 junior from Milford, Iowa. And number 35 in the starting lineup will be Ben Fairclough, a 6'8 senior from Perth, Australia. For Loras College and the Dewhawks under Coach Chris Martin, they will start number 1, Tyler Bass. We talked about Tyler Bass in the pregame show. Tyler Bass, 6'7 senior from Washington, Illinois, averaging 12.3 points per contest. Number 10 is Jared Pearson. Jared Pearson is a 6'3" senior from Des Plaines, Illinois, averaging 7.4 points per game last season. Number 11 is Gavin Sarvis. Gavin Sarvis is 6'3" junior from Elgin, Illinois. He averaged 5.4 points per game. Number 23 is Jack Haynes, a 6'7" junior from Streeton, Illinois. He averaged 10.5 points per game last season. And rounding out the starting lineup for Loras will be number 32, a 6'7" senior from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Alex Singleton. He averaged 2.4 points per game last season. The defenders last season averaged 88 points per game, gave up 78. Field goal percentage, they shot 50% and allowed 44%. Three-point field goal shooting, 37-33 in favor of the defenders. Rebounds, Dordt 37-36, the advantage last season. Turnovers kept it to single digits for the most part, 9.8 to 10.6. Dordt lost in the opener of the NAI National Championship last year to Madonna in Michigan. They earned a spot in the field with an at-large berth. That was their third consecutive berth in the NAIA National Championship. So we're just about set to tip it off. Hockey happening across the street. Coming up at halftime as well, we'll be unveiling the NAI National Championship banner won by the women's basketball team last season. This is all part of Defender Days, or if you like it, homecoming on the Dordt University campus. Dordt on the defense, and it's taken away by Luke Rankin. Rankin with the basketball up the floor with a head full of steam, kicks it up front to Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Fairclough. Fairclough gives it into the corner to Milliken. Milliken back out front, Lorenzen. Dordt with the basketball after that initial turnover. Right side pass comes back over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, setting the offense for Dordt. Rankin with it, fires it underneath. Losing the handle is Lorenzen, and the ball's tapped out of bounds. No change of possession, so the defenders will have the possession. And the Dordt defenders will inbound with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Right side of the lane as we face the basket down at the north end of the basketball floor. Throwing it in, Rankin gets it up front. Kopic, 4 to shoot. Stops, pops, 3 on the way. Off the heel, no good. Long rebound, Fairclough. Fairclough with it into the paint. Ben works his way into the paint. His shot no good. Rebound cleared by Fairclough on the offensive rebound. Back over to Rankin. Rankin with it. Rankin double team back outside. Kopic. Kopic into the paint. Kopic takes it up, and he's going to be called for a charging foul. Bryce Kopic whistled for the personal foul. That is foul number 1 on Bryce. Team foul number 1 on the defenders. And it will be Loras basketball. Loras in those purple jerseys, the Dewhawks. And they'll have it, second possession of the contest. They turned it over on their first possession. Pearson's with it out front. Jared Pearson's guarded there by Rankin. Pass comes out front to Bass. Bass with it on the elbow. Bass goes back over to Sarvis. Sarvis with it on the left side. Sarvis gives it back outside Singleton. Singleton into the paint against Kopic. Kick out pass. 3 on the way. Short, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Here comes Dordt on the run. Pass over the top. Lorenzen. Lorenzen into the paint. His short shot good. 2-point bucket for Lucas Lorenzen off the long pass by by Luke Rankin. So Lorenzen with the basket, Rankin with the assist, pass underneath, backdoor cut, and the layup is good for Jared Pearson's. Pearson's with the lay-in on the backdoor cut, right side Milliken, 18-12 remaining, first half. Kopic comes back outside Milliken. Milliken short corner back outside Kopic. Kopic back to Milliken. Milliken, Rankin, Lorenzen. Lorenzen going to work against Singleton, 9 to shoot. Singleton doesn't give any ground. Pass cross court. Fairclough, 5 to shoot for the defenders. And Fairclough steps on the sideline out of bounds. It'll be Loras basketball. So Loras with the basketball. 2-2 our score. Mark that down as the tie. Dordt scored the first 2 points of the game. Loras ties it moments ago. And now Loras with the basketball, an opportunity to regain the lead or take the lead for the first time tonight. Bass with it. Bass goes right side. He gives it up. This is Haynes. Haynes back out front. 3 on the way. Off the heel, no good. Rebound taken away by Kopic. Bryce with the basketball. Bryce takes it up the floor. He has it on the right-hand side. Bryce shakes right, goes left, stops, spins it down low for Fairclough. Fairclough back to the basket. Ben into the paint. Ben trying to go to work. His short shot no good, and the rebound taken away by Loras. Loras with the basketball. Into the front court, Singleton. Singleton, and a wide open lane to the basket for Jack Haynes. And Jack Haynes gives Loras a 4-2 advantage. 4-2 our score. Right side pass comes over to Kopic. Kopic with it on the right-hand side. Spins into the lane, and we've got a foul on the play called before the shot. Foul called before the shot. So Sarvis whistled for the personal foul. That's his first. 3:04 into the contest. Stop and go action thus far. No real flow yet. Dordt unable to get clicking. Pass comes into the corner. Milliken sets, fires three. Good. Connor Milliken with the three-point bucket makes it 5-4. 5-4 our score. With it, Sarvis, and Sarvis is fouled on the play by Luke Rankin. So Rankin charged for the foul in the backcourt. That's foul number 1 on him. Team foul number 2 on the defenders. Talking with the coaching staff earlier this week, they indicated that might see more guard pressure by the defenders this season than we saw last year. So far, through 3.5 minutes, that has been the case. Sarvis, three on the way, good. Gavin Sarvis with the three. Dordt trails 7-5. Back the other way, Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen with a three. Lucas Lorenzen with 5 points, and the Dordt defenders regain the lead at 8-7. Defenders looking for a defensive stop now. 16:15 left to go in the first half. Duhawk basketball, pass left side, Bass. Bass out front, Sarvis. Ball tipped, and we've got a foul on the play called on Jake Hargens. Hargens rushing out on the closeout. The ball tipped up into the air on the block shot, and then the foul called on the ensuing play. So Sarvis blocked by Milliken initially, and then scored an offensive rebound for Sarvis. He got the ball back, and Jake Hargens gets called for the personal foul. Checking into the ball game, Jake Proctor. Proctor, player that we talked about from Heston, Kansas, by way of Tabor University. Ty Van Essen pressuring on the perimeter. Pearson with the basketball. They get it inside. Pearson shot no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen outlets over to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball out front. Kopic drives into the paint. Nothing there. They collapse. Comes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen steps the jab step. Clears some space, misses the three, gets it outside Bryce Kopic. Kopic with the three. Bryce Kopic with the three-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders lead 11-7 for Bryce Kopic. His first three, the third for the team as a whole. With the basketball up front, Pearson. Pearson guarded there closely by Proctor. Goes left side. This is Bass. Bass with it. Bass looking for Van Essen there to jam on the pick. And the pass comes back out onto the perimeter, and Proctor commits the personal foul. And that Nolan Behrens is fouled on the play. That's foul number 1 against him. Nolan Behrens will inbound the basketball. 11-7, Dordt with a 4-point lead. 15-15 remaining here in the first half. Loras basketball, Mazzell gets it back out front to Bass. Bass on the left wing, guarded there by Hargens. Man-to-man defense so far by the defenders. Dordt will switch off on the pass out front. This is Kober. Kober three, whispers it through. Kyle Kober with the three-point bucket. Dordt leads 11-10. With it out front, Kopic. He goes to Hargens. Hargens puts it on the deck one time. Back out front, Proctor. Proctor to Kopic. Kopic rises, fires three on the rim, no good. Wouldn't fall through, and the rebound cleared by Behrens. Behrens gives it up to Bass. Bass with it out front. Bass. Kopic takes a stab at it. Bass into the paint. Shot blocked. Rebound taken away by Hargens, and Hargens has it tipped away by Kyle Kober. It will be Dordt basketball. So Dordt retains possession of it. Foul charged. I beg your pardon. Ball was tipped out of bounds. Could have been a foul call. Instead, no harm, no foul. Ball went out of bounds. They give it to the defenders. with the basketball up front, Rankin. Rankin comes over to Kopic. Kopic with it. Kopic back out front, Rankin. Rankin left side, Proctor. Proctor with it on the wing. 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Luke Rankin puts it on the deck, and Rankin is fouled on the play. Luke Rankin held on the play, and that's going to go on number 20, Connor Massell. Massell whistled for the personal, his first. Team foul number 2 on Loras, the Dewhawks. Dordt with 4 fouls already on their side of the ledger. Well, a typical first contest. A little bit of stop and go. Neither team really in a flow yet. Benesson with it. Benesson drives in, drops it off Hargens. Hargens layup good. Jake Hargens with the 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders lead 13-10. Up the floor with the basketball, Loras. Loras with it on the left wing. This is Kober underneath. And the shot no good by Singleton. Rebound taken away by the post player Behrens, and Behrens is fouled on the play. He gets the shot to go, and he will go to the free throw line to try and complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. So Jake Hargens called for the personal, and for Jake, that's his second. So Jake Hargens has just picked up his second personal foul. 13-12, defenders by a point. And Barron's trying to change that, and he does with a made free throw. 13:42 remaining here in the first half. We're tied 13-13. Pass comes out front, Fairclough. Fairclough, Rankin. Rankin drops it off for Hargens. Hargens in the paint, and Jake is fouled on the play. Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line. That foul is going to go against Berendis. Berendis whistled for the personal foul. My apologies, said Barons earlier. I checked my pronunciation guide. It's Berendis. And Jake Hargens' first free throw, up and down. Another one on the way for Jake Hargens. So Hargens playing with 2 personal fouls. 13:31 remaining in the first half. So Dordt by a point. This is actually an exhibition contest for Loras. Second free throw no good. Rebound tapped out by Prinz, and it's controlled by Loras. So Loras with the basketball, leading 14-13 after the one made free throw by Hargens. Singleton in the paint, and Singleton is going to be called for a travel. The turnover against Alex Singleton, the senior from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And the ball is inbounded to Luke Rankin. Rankin will bring it up. 13:15 remaining, first half. Dordt by a point. Dordt with the basketball. Dordt unable to go on a run yet. With the basketball, Rankin. Rankin spins into the paint. Back outside, Lorenzen splits the defense. Lays it up with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken away by Fairclough. Fairclough with the backboard, no good. But Ben is fouled on the play. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul called on Kyle Kober. Kober whistled for foul number 1, team foul number 4 on the Dewhawks with 13 minutes remaining in the half. First free throw on the way for the senior from Perth, Australia. Up and down. Another one on the way for Ben Fairclough. So Fairclough, another free throw, trying to extend the Dordt lead. Dordt leading by a point, by 2 points now. Second free throw on the way is up, and that one's good. So Ben Fairclough, last season, Ben a 67% free throw shooter. This year, 100%. Here comes Loras. Gavin Sarvis gives it off Singleton. Singleton, out front it goes, and a turnover. Dordt gets a turnover as the ball is thrown away in the backcourt. Defenders will have it. And the defenders will get it on the turnover. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3 new players coming in for Loras. Bass, Massell, and Haynes all checking in. And Rankin gets the ball inbounded, passes over to Milliken. Milliken with it at the free throw line. Back out front, Prinz. Prinz drives the paint, shoots short, good. Tyler Prinz, the senior from Sioux Falls, with a 2-point bucket and the defender lead. Now 18-13. So the defenders by 5. Little run here by the defenders, 5 in a row. Pulling away from a 13-13 tie with 3 made free throws and a basket. Left side pass, this is Bass. Bass with it, dumps it underneath. Gets the return pass now, and Bass loses it out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Dordt. So Dordt with a basketball, Dordt on defense. 12:06 remaining. So Bryce Kopic checks in. Luke Rankin will check out for the time being. Glad to have you along with me on the Dordt Media Network. Drive into the paint, shot falling away, banking it in is Tyler Bass. And Bass averaging 12.3 points per game last season. He's got his first points of the day on that bank shot. Don't know if it was intended or not, but counts the same. Lorenzen working against Singleton. Lorenzen puts it up off of the glass, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Tyler Bass. Bass with the basketball, 11:40 remaining in the first half. Loras with the ball, pass right side Singleton. Singleton gives it on the wing out beyond the three-point arc to Pearson. Pearson with the basketball, goes back out front to Singleton. Singleton, the senior, he hasn't had much of a break here tonight, 6'7" player. Pass comes back out front, Sarvis. Sarvis, 3, almost banked it in. Long rebound, though. And coming away with it, driving hard to the basket is Bass. Bass with back-to-back field goals. And the defenders lead 18-17. 18-17 our score. Lorenzen. Lorenzen right side, goes back over to Milliken. Milliken fires it opposite side. Prinz off of the backboard, good. Tyler Prinz, couple of buckets for the senior. He's had to bide his time. He has been snake bit the last couple of years in terms of injuries and just trying to scrap back into the lineup. Good to see him get some early minutes here this evening. With the basketball out front. Loras ball. This is Pearson. Pearson, weave out front, back over to Singleton. Singleton to Bass. Bass with it. Bass underneath, and the ball reversal and the seal. Jack Haynes, 6'7" junior, dumps it in from short range, and the defender lead is 20-19. 20-19 our score. Here comes Fairclough. Fairclough drives in, and a charging foul called on Ben Fairclough. Well, Ben made a decision over on the right wing little early, and he just put the head down and charged to the basket, and he gets rung up for the charging foul. And that is foul number 1 against Ben Fairclough, team foul number 6 against the defenders. So Dordt will play defense. Loras will inbound the basketball, length of the floor in front of them. Check in on how the hockey game is going. We'll give you that update here. Looks like it's tied midway through the first period. Loras basketball on the right wing. They go back over to Jared Pearson. Ball tipped away, and it's taken away by Milliken. Milliken driving in, lays it up with the right hand, good. Connor Milliken with the steal. He's got 5 points, and the defenders lead 22-19. 22-19, defenders by 3. 9:40 and counting, first half. Loras basketball on the perimeter. Sarvis dumps it down low. Kopic trying to defend in the post. That's Jack Haynes, and Haynes with the 2-point basket. He's got 6. And the Dordt defenders will use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
We're back in the DeWitt gym where the Dordt defenders just surrendered a bucket inside. That was Bryce Kopic trying to defend a post, and that's going to be an issue with playing multiple guards. Kick out pass, Ty Van Essen, 3 on the way for Ty, no good. Long rebound, racing after it as Bryce Kopic comes away with it at midcourt. Kopic on the move, Kopic into the paint, lays it up with the right hand, missed it, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Loras. Loras for the basketball, bringing it up is Mayan Whitfield. Whitfield will take it across half court. Whitfield has it on the right-hand side, back over to Pearson. Pearson out front. Pearson with it on the wing. Pearson comes back outside to Kober. Kober with it, 8:55 and counting, first half. Into the paint. This is Bass. Bass shot no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Loras. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt gets the ball back with 8:47 remaining here in the first half. Defenders up 22-21. (22-21). Defender basketball. Out front with it, Hargens. Hargens comes out front to Van Essen. Van Essen, Kopic, feed it down low, Jake. Hargens with his back to the basket. They bring a double team. Fires it back over to Van Essen. 10 to shoot for the defenders. Rankin, baseline jumper, good. Luke Rankin with a 2-point bucket on the pull-up, mid-range jumper. Dordt leads 24-19. Beg your pardon, 24-21. 24-21 our score. Forgot to mark that one down earlier. That forced Dordt to use a timeout. So the defenders up 24-21. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken wrestles it away. Here come the defenders. Rankin across half court. Rankin underneath it goes Jake Hargens. Hargens playing with 2 personals. Puts it up off of the glass, no good, right-hand side. Went right hand, left shoulder, and unable to finish it off. And here comes Loras and Jared Pearson. Shot underneath, and the short shot is up and good. And now Loras will utilize a timeout. 24-23, the basket moments ago by Jack Haynes. And the Dordt defenders lead 24-23. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more right after this 30-second timeout. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Sioux and owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, and decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com. Your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. (23) Dordt with a 1-point lead. Loras used a timeout. So 24-23, Dordt leading by a point, 7:44 remaining. And we've got a little pause in the action because I think the player Singleton never checked into the ball game with the book. The book is near midcourt. The bench extends to almost the 3-point circle, and sometimes it takes a little bit of extra effort to get all the way down to the other end of the bench to get checked in near midcourt. Checking into the ball game now will be Singleton. Singleton is in. Checking out will be Jack Haynes. Reminder that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you this season by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. Loras basketball, bringing it up is Whitfield. Whitfield taken away by Rankin. Rankin driving in, draws some contact, lays it up with the left hand, good. Luke Rankin, the steal and bucket. Dordt leads 26-23. 26-23 our score. Dordt by 3. 7:10 remaining. First half. Backdoor cut and slamming it home for Loras is Kyle Kober. Kober with 5 points, and the defender lead is 26-25. Thus far, the defenders unable to string lots of stops together. Jake Proctor answers with a 3. Jake Proctor averaged 8.2 points per game last season for Tabor before being injured late in the year. Started the season, played a lot of minutes as a freshman. He's out of Heston, Kansas. Loras basketball. Pass to Kober. Kober, ball taken away. Coming away with it is Proctor. Proctor lays it up with the right hand. Good. Jake Proctor with 7 first half points. Dordt extends the lead 31-25. Biggest lead of the ball game for the defenders. Jake, an interesting story. Jake Proctor had that injury. Then late in the year, coaching changed as well at Tabor, and things just weren't shaping up the way he anticipated they would. Charging foul underneath, and it is a charging foul called against Jared Pearson. And the defender lead is 31-25, and they got the ball back with 6:12 remaining in the half. Finishing off Jake Proctor in terms of the story on how he arrives at Dordt. My understanding, there's some family ties. Mother played basketball in the late 90s for the defenders, slightly before my time. There aren't many, but there are some who are before my time. And just looked at Dordt as an option to continue his education and collegiate career. And he has made settled in as part of the rotation for the defenders, at least here in the early season. Kick out pass. Luke Rankin, 3-ball, missed it, short, no good. Rebound taken away by Loras. Loras with the basketball. Into the front court, Sarvis. Sarvis against Fairclough, and we've got a travel called on Sarvis. Sarvis, hands upturned, looks over at the, looks to the official, asking what did I do or not do, and don't know if he got an answer to his liking or not. Hat tip once again this weekend to the Dordt Media Network crew and the athletic communications, student employees and volunteers and all those people. Lots of activities happening this weekend, and we can't do it without them, and we are grateful for their continued service and volunteering and working as student employees. Dordt turns it over on the other end. Here's Singleton. Singleton against Proctor. Trying to hassle him. Fairclough. Kick out pass. Right side. 3. Missed, no good. And a foul called on the rebound. That's going to be against Loras. Dordt will get the basketball back. That's going to go on Alex Singleton. That's number 1 on him. And the Loras Dewhawks will play defense. Dordt leading by 6, 31-25. 5:10 left to play here in the half. With the basketball out front, Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Milliken. Milliken on the right-hand side. Back it goes Lorenzen. 3 on the way from the wing. Good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 3. He's got 8. And the defenders extend their lead to 34-25. The Dordt defenders pulling away from a 24-23 advantage, a 10-2 run night right now by the defenders. With it on the left-hand side is Bass. Bass with the basketball. Bass gives it up over to Sarvis. Sarvis with it on the wing. Sarvis driving the paint. Sarvis picks it up, and it's taken away by Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen back over to Proctor. 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Loras. Ball into the front court. This is Maselli. Maselli. They pass it underneath. Ball's down on the floor. Still loose, and Singleton had it. Singleton falling backwards, lays down on the end line, out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt with the basketball. Length of the floor in front of them. And with the basketball, Luke Rankin. Rankin will bring it up. Luke Rankin has it across the timeline. Luke will work it up against man-to-man defense applied by Loras. Rankin picks up his dribble, has it swiped away momentarily. Comes back into the corner, Lorenzen. Lorenzen 3, no good, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jake Proctor. It will be it'll be Dewhawk basketball. Dewhawks with it. So the Dewhawks will bring it up the floor eventually. We've got substitutions in. For the defenders right now, you've got Prinz. It's Tyler Prinz, a senior from Sioux Falls. Bryce Kopic Connor Milliken, Lucas Lorenzen, and Ben Fairclaw. Loras with the basketball. Maselli. His team down by 9 right now. They're trying to get back into the game after having it down to 1. It's up to 9 right now. Bounce pass down low and another slam dunk for Jack Haynes. Haynes with a 2-point bucket. He's got 8. And the defender lead is 34-27. 34-27 our score. With it, right-hand side, Fairclaw. Ben driving in, has it blocked, and the rebound is cleared by the Dewhawks. Bringing it up is Sarvis. Sarvis with it out front. Sarvis picks up the dribble. Throw it down low. And throwing it away, trying to shovel it outside is Jack Haynes, and Haynes loses it out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball on the turnover. Dordt has led by as many as 9. So the Dordt defenders with the basketball, and they have it. They'll be throwing it in front of the Dordt bench. And the defenders get the ball inbounded. Bringing it up will be Bryce Kopic. Kopic with it. Kopic on the right-hand side, and we've got a foul away from the ball. And who's it going to go on? I'm waiting to see. Ty Van Essen got tangled up with a player setting a screen. And the foul's going to go on the Dewhawks and Gavin Sarvis. Sarvis whistled for foul number 1. That is team foul number 7 against the Dewhawks, and Dordt will be shooting free throws from here on out. Ty Van Essen goes to the free throw line. His first chance at a free throw. He has not scored yet this evening. First free throw is up and good. Another one on the way for Ty Van Essen. So Van Essen extends the lead back to 35-27. A second free throw on the way for Van Essen. So Ty trying to extend the lead back to 9, matching the biggest lead of the contest for the defenders, and he does so. 36-27 defenders, and the ball's in the backcourt. Dordt showing pressure defense. Prinz on the ball. Prinz guarding Pearson. Pearson takes it across half court. 3 seconds to spare. Gives it away out front to Bass, and we've got a foul called on the defenders. Waiting to see who Nick Nelson will ring up for the personal foul. That's going to go on the defenders, Ty Van Essen. And that is foul number 1 on Van Essen. Team foul number 7 on the defenders. Dordt's in the, both teams are in the 1-1 from here on out. So Dordt using a little bit of a push to take the lead. Blow it up from 1 to 9. That's where we're at right now. Missed free throw, no good. Rebound taken away by Van Essen. Van Essen fires it to Rankin. Rankin ahead to Milliken. Milliken right side, Van Essen. Van Essen back over to Kopic. Kopic with it on the right-hand side. Kopic into the corner. Van Essen tie 3, missed, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Dewhawks. It'll be Dordt basketball. Well, coming up at halftime, we will have the extended halftime, or we'll have a ceremony at halftime recognizing the 2023-24 NAI National Champion Women's Basketball Team. Driving in, Rankin, high off of the glass, no good. Rebound deflected by Van Essen, Van Essen, unable to control it, and here comes Loras. Tyler Bass on the left wing. Bass gives it up to Kober. Kober with it. Kober gives it up. Pearson. Pearson back out front to Bass. Bass driving in with the right hand, finishes, and he's fouled on the play by Van Essen. That's going to be number 2 on Ty Van Essen. And free throws on the way for Tyler Bass. Bass, the top leading returning scorer for Loras. He averaged 7.9 points, 12.3 points per game last season. Loras did lose their leading scorer and their point guard from last season. Free throw is up, free throw is good, so the old-fashioned three-point play for Bass. And the defender lead is 36-30. Dordt's led by as many as 9. Van Essen comes back outside to Rankin, and Rankin is fouled on the play by Jared Pearson. Pearson whistled for foul number 2. So Pearson called for foul number 2. 1-1 on the way for Luke Rankin. Rankin with 4 points so far tonight. And Rankin with the left hand. His free throw is up, and that one is good. So Luke Rankin last season a 74% free thrower. Steadily gotten better as his career has gone on here at Dordt. Hard to believe he is a senior now. Second free throw on the way for the defenders, up 37-30 and make it 38-30. So Dordt gets 2 back after surrendering a 3-point play on the other end. 38-30, 1:48 remaining in the first half. Bringing the basketball into the front court is Jared Pearson. Pearson with it. Pearson back over to Tyler Bass. Bass comes back out front. This is Kyle Kober. Kober dumps it underneath, drive into the lane, kick out pass, 3 on the way, service, no good. Rebound tipped, and it's controlled by Rankin. Rankin on the loose, 3-on-1, back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen misses the reverse lay-in. Tried to come underneath and shoot with the left hand, missed it. Here comes Loras, an opportunity to cut into the 8-point lead. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Van Essen. Van Essen with the basketball. Van Essen back out front, Luke Rankin. Rankin with the ball. Rankin comes back right side over to Kopic. Kopic with it on the wing. Kopic back out front, Van Essen. Van Essen, Milliken. Milliken underneath to Lorenzen, and Lorenzen unable to finish in the paint. And here comes Loras. Loras basketball. Down 8 are the Dewhawks. They're trying to trim into the lead. It's been as many as 9. And the step back 3, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen, and Dordt can hold for the final shot. Luke Rankin will take it across half court. The defenders with the basketball. And this is Luke Rankin dribbling the ball out front. 12 seconds, now 10. Slight difference, shot clock and game clock, but not much. Into the left side, it's Kopic, 4 to shoot. Left, right corner, Milliken 3 at the horn, no good. And that's the end of the first half. Our score, Dordt 38, Loras 30. We'll take our halftime for the special ceremony.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family-owned and located in downtown Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference. Today's broadcast brought to you by Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better. Hostetler. Alyssa Sloan. Kyle Eadstra. DJ Drill. Justin Megan. And head coach, Bill Harmson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023-24 NAI National Champions. We are going to talk to a couple of the players. Carly, where are you? Showing you the trophy. Carly, you came back for a 5th year. Why do you return for another season?
So I just have an opportunity to become masters, but I also got the opportunity to go to the special team, and I knew just the girls that we had, and the girls that were working with, and yeah, it was the kindness, it was hard-working girls, so I wanted to come back for them, but also another opportunity to play in a place like this, so I'm coming on.
Macy. We look at this group, teammates, coaches, support staff. What does this group mean to you?
Yeah, you know, the girls, we're just each other's best friends. You know, we knock heads every day, but the second we stepped out of those doors, we were just giggling and laughing, and it was truly a special group to be a part of. And the coaches, I mean, they put in countless hours, and they prepared us so well. We truly have some of the best leaders here at Dordt.
Coach Harmson, about 7 months ago, you and I stood on the floor at the Tyson Event Center, and your first comment to me was, how did this happen? 7 months later, how did this happen?
Still don't know. Let me tell you, Mike, Macy and Carly touched on just the specialness of this team and the closeness and the camaraderie that they had together. And truly a blessing to come to Crocs every day and to get to coach motivated women that are not only motivated on the basketball floor, but are motivated in their spiritual, academic, social lives. And it's just really a powerful thing and a very dangerous group of women when they're all focused on the same things, and they're aligned spiritually, and they're aligned academically, and they're aligned socially. And then, as Macy said, we get to knock some heads on the floor too. And so it's just really a special opportunity, really a special group. Just so proud. I got to see the coaches, I got to see the
dedicate these milestones, these achievements, not to ourselves, Lord, but to your honor and glory. I thank you for these women and the talents that you gave to them. I thank you for the hard work and dedication, day in, day out, throughout their lives. I thank you for their parents who allowed them to perform. I thank you for bringing them to Dordt University. I thank you for the coaches, the athletic directors. I thank you for so much tonight, Lord, that we do celebrate and say, solely to your glory, to God alone be the glory for this national championship. I thank you for those who have gone before, setting the foundation for this athletic department here at Dordt University. I thank you for the leadership of the Defender Way and the pursuit of championships, and yes, this time, Lord, a championship. We do praise and thank you for the opportunity. But ultimately, Lord, we do acknowledge that we do this because you love us, because you died for us, and you've risen again, and you're coming again. And so until all is made new, Lord, may we be found faithful. And it's in the risen name of Jesus we pray. And everyone says, Amen.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym. We have a few minutes yet before the second half begins, and for those of you Just joining us, Dordt leads 38-30. You're seeing some of the game highlights right now. Connor Milliken had a bucket off a steal for Connor Milliken. He had 5 points in the first half of today's game. Loras was led by Jack Haynes. Jack Haynes with 10 points all totaled in the first half. We'll go through the official numbers in just a moment. The defenders, recapping the first half, we were tied at 2. We were tied again at 13. Dordt built an 18-15 lead. Loras cut it down to 1 the last time at 22-21. And, well, beg your pardon, 24-23. Then Loras called the timeout, up 1. Out of that timeout, Dordt, the two teams exchanged baskets. It was 26-25, and then the defenders went on an 8-0 run to go up 34-25, and they maintained at least a 7-point lead the rest of the half before settling for the 8-point advantage at halftime, 38-30. Taking a look at the numbers from our contest. The defenders, 13 of 32 shooting, 41%, 5 for 14 on threes, 36%, 7 of 8 on free throws for 88%. For Loras, 13 of 26 from the floor, 50%, 2 for 10 on threes, 20%, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 67%. Both teams had 17 rebounds. Turnovers, Dordt had 5 turnovers. Loras forced into 11. Point totals. The defenders, Luke Rankin had 6, Connor Milliken had 5, 3 for Bryce Kopic, 8 for Lucas Lorenzen, 2 for Ben Fairclaw, 5 for Jake Proctor, 3 for Jake Hargens. Tyler Prince had 4, and Ty Vanessen had 2. For Loras, they were led by Haynes with 10, Bass had 7, 3 for Sarvis, and 2 for Pearson. 5 for Kober off of the bench, and Berendis had 3. Dordt was led in rebounds by Ben Fairclaw with 4, and Luke Rankin had 4 assists. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half of play from the DeWitt in 1 minute. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Flooring and Design in Sioux Center. Whether you are building a new home, remodeling your current home, or wanting to freshen up your decor, we can help make your home as unique as you. Stop in to see us at Flooring and Design.
German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. That our pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them online at wirelessworld.com. Over at the Vernon Arena, the all-season center, the Dordt Defender hockey team leading Creighton 2-0. And that is early in the second period. Dordt with the basketball as we begin play here in the second half. Dordt playing with an 8-point cushion. They get it up front. Kopic on the left-hand side down to the baseline. Pull up from 15. In and out, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Loras. Loras with the basketball. And bringing the ball into the front court. This is Pearson. Pearson feed it back on the wing over to Bass. Bass down to the baseline, and Bass goes up and over. He's got the slam dunk. And the Dordt defender lead is 38-32. 38-32. Dordt with the basketball, bringing it up. Left side it goes to Milliken. Milliken with it. Milliken into the corner to Kopic. Kopic with it on the baseline. Kopic comes back over to Fairclaw. Right-hand side, Lorenzen looks for a ball screen. Bumped off his line by Singleton. Pass down, and Milliken trying to drive in, and Milliken loses it. Here comes Loras, right-hand side. 3 on the way, transition, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken has numbers. Connor all the way to the hoop, puts it up with the right hand, no good, but there for the rebound and the stick back is Ben Fairclough. Fairclough with 4, and the defender lead is 40-32. 40-32, Jared Pearson up the floor. Pearson with it. Singleton, shot blocked. Rebound taken away by Fairclough. Outlets to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin, Lorenzen. Lorenzen down to the baseline, and Lorenzen's going to be called for a charge. And might have been a little bit of an acting job there as well, but getting back in guarding position, legal guarding position is Gavin Sarvis, and he draws the charge on Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen whistled for his first personal. That is team foul number 1 against the defenders in this half. We're 90 seconds deep into the second half. Dordt leads 40-32. Loras basketball, Sarvis. Sarvis on the left wing, picks up his dribble, might have shuffled his feet, no call made, comes back over to Bass. Bass to Singleton. Singleton, right-hand side. They go down low to Bass again. Bass, baseline, throws it cross-court. Sarvis into the lane, scoops it up. Short shot in the paint, no good. And the rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Here comes Dordt in transition. Rankin. Rankin fires at Kopic. Kopic, 3 on the way, right side, good. Bryce Kopic with 6 points. And the defender lead is 43-32. 43-32, defenders by 11. 17:40 left to play in the game. That's in regulation. Dordt extending the lead to 11. Loras basketball, Bass. Bass back out front. Goes back over to Haynes. Feed it down low. With it, it's Fairclough. Back over to Rankin. Rankin, Lorenzen. Lorenzen reverse layup, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 10 points, and the Dordt lead is 45-32. 13-point advantage for the defenders right now. 17-10 and counting. Singleton driving in, puts it up over the top of Fairclough. His shot no good, but there to clean it up is Jack Haynes. Haynes with a dozen. Dordt leads 45-34. Right-hand side, three-pointer, up and good. Bryce Kopic with the 3 ball. He's got 9. And the Dordt defenders lead 48-34. And the defenders by 14 now, beg your pardon, 47-34, just a 2 that last time. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute. Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
The Greenhouse, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
As we return to play, the officials actually took a look at that last shot and deemed that it was just a 2 rather than a 3, as we thought it might be. Initially ruled on the floor a 2, and I'm guessing they probably just didn't have enough to look at to overturn it. 12 points for Tyler Bass as he knocks one down on the other end, and the defender lead is 10, 47-37. Right-hand side, Prince dumps it down low, Fairclough. Fairclough into the paint. They bring a double team. He throws it out for Hargens. Hargens taps it over to Kopic. 13 to shoot. 16-13 left to go in the game. Kopic will set the offense. Bryce with it on the left-hand side. Bryce hesitating. Stops. 15-footer. No good. Rebound tapped by Fairclough. Outside it goes Prinz. Back to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Goes back right side Prinz. Prinz to Proctor. Proctor on the right-hand side. Fairclough. Fairclough. Moving into the paint, this is Ben. Ben back outside Prinz. Prinz, 3, good. Tyler Prinz with the three-point basket. He's got 7, and the Dordt lead is 50-37. Dordt extending the lead to 13. With the basketball is Bass. Bass across the timeline. Bass gives it up to Sarvis. Sarvis, and we've got a foul called away from the basketball. And I believe that's going to go on Bryce Kopic. That's number 2 on Bryce, the fifth-year senior from Hayward in Iowa. Bryce working his way up towards 2,000 career points. Bryce entered play. 3rd all-time in scoring, getting into some pretty rare air, though. 50-37 our score, beg your pardon, 4th all-time. Got to double check that. Nope, 3rd. He did pass Luke Reuter last year. 3rd to Trevor Waltersdorf and Greg Van Solen. And the shot in the paint is up off the heel, no good. Prinz knocks it away, and we've got a foul on the play called against the defenders. Bryce Kopic entered play with 1,949 career points, 19 short of Trevor Waltersdorf. And Bryce tonight has 9 points. So he's got 1958, 10 shy of Trevor. Now I'm going to begin dating myself because, man, I've seen a lot of these guys play. With a basketball, Loras underneath, reverse lay-in is good for Jack Haynes. Haynes with 14, and the defender lead is 11, 50-39. Left side it goes Proctor underneath Hargens. Hargens faces up, spins into the paint, and he's going to be called for traveling. Turnover gives the basketball back to Loras. 14:40 left to play in the game. Dordt leading by 11. And Loras will get the basketball back. Well, over in the Vernon Arena, midway through the second period, Dordt leads Creighton 3-1. That's the only game that will be played for the hockey team this weekend, a standalone contest tonight. Loras basketball, left-hand side, Bass, Singleton throws it away. Ball back into the backcourt, and Loras will touch it in the backcourt. That is Connor Maselli tracking it down. And the Dordt defenders will have the basketball. Throwing it in will be Luke Rankin. So Rankin will throw it in left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Busy day tomorrow as well for Dordt Athletics. Football team is hosting Morningside at 1. We start the athletic day with volleyball, with soccer starting at noon. Missed shot on the other end by the defenders. Here comes Loras and the Dewhawks. Dewhawks basketball, Maselli. Back out front, Kober. And Proctor on the defense, shot no good. Rebound tipped out and controlled by the defenders and Rankin. Hargens off the glass, no good. But he is fouled on the play. And Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line. Jake Hargens with 3 points thus far. Massell whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 2 on him. So Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line. Dordt up by 11. And Jake Hargens eyes it, flies it, and kicks that one off the heel, no good. 75% free thrower last year, 33% so far this year, 1 for 3. I have no doubt Jake will get that rectified by the time the season's over. Guessing he might draw some fouls and get to the free throw line a fair amount this year. Second free throw, no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds by Loras. Dordt will get the basketball back. Lorenzen will check into the game. And Luke Rankin will check in. Checking out Prinz and Hargens. The defenders so far making 44% of their field goals. 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Short shot in the paint, Lorenzen with a 2-point bucket, and he's got a dozen. 12 points for Lucas Lorenzen, and with 13:40 remaining, Dordt with a 13-point lead. With the basketball, Maselli Back out front, top of the key three is good. Kober with his second three, he's got 8. Dordt pass over the top, Fairclough. Back to Proctor, right side of Lorenzen. Lorenzen down to the baseline, puts it up too strong, no good. Rebound tapped and controlled by Fairclough, fires it outside Rankin. Rankin in the paint. Rankin back out front, Milliken. Milliken with it. Milliken is fouled on the play. Foul's going to go on Sarvis. That's number 2 on him. Dordt leads 52-42. So the Dewhawks, with a three-pointer moments ago, cut the lead down to 10. That's where we're at right now. Connor Milliken will be inbounding the basketball in front of the Dordt student section. Divide and conquer for the Dordt student section tonight. Plenty of options. Big crowd over at the ice arena as well. I was there earlier tonight. Pass goes back over to Rankin. Shakes right, goes left. Back with a strong hand. Kick out pass, Proctor. Proctor into the corner, Milliken. And Milliken closed out on by Connor Massell. And he commits the personal foul. That's number 3 on him. Moselle whistled for the personal foul. This is an exhibition for Loras. This does not count on their regular season schedule. Does not count against their wins and losses. For the defenders, this is a countable game. And that happens when you cross over with NAI and NCAA schools. Pass right side, Lorenzen. 3 on the way, missed it, no good. And the rebound cleared by Loras. Loras basketball, they bring it up. That was Haynes who came down with the rebound. He passes it off to Bass, 12:38 remaining. Dordt led by 8 at halftime. Shot in the paint, no good, but a foul on the play. And free throws coming for the Dewhawks. It's going to go against Ben Fairclough. That's number 2 on him. And free throws on the way for Jared Pearson. Pearson with 2 points thus far. And the first free throw is up and good for Pearson. He's got 3. And another free throw on the way, 52-43. Dordt with a 9-point advantage. So the defenders unable to shake the Dewhawks at this point. And now Loras making a little bit of a run back at the defenders. It's back to an 8-point ball game. That's where we were at halftime, 52-44. Into the paint it goes, Bryce Kopic. Kopic drives in. His lay-in is good. He's got 11. Dordt leads by 10 again, 54-44. Milliken on the floor, and Milliken's going to be called for a personal foul. Foul called on Milliken, and that's number 6 on the defenders. For Connor, that's his first. And throwing the ball in is Loras in the backcourt in front of the Dordt bench. Dordt playing with a double-digit lead. And the Dewhawks have the basketball. Pass comes left side. They throw it down low. Tyler Bass in the paint, and it's taken away by the defenders in Rankin. Rankin with the basketball into the front court. Left side it goes, Lorenzen down to the baseline. Kick out pass, right side, Milliken. 3 short, no good. Rebound cleared by Singleton on the weak side rebound. Comes back outside to Bass. Dordt up by 10, and it'll be a 7-point lead. 3-point bucket by Berendis. Berendis makes it 54-47, so the defenders clinging to a 7-point lead, nearing the midpoint of the half. And the ball tapped, and Loras with the basketball, and we've got a foul on the play called on Luke Rankin. That's going to be foul number 7 on the defenders already, and free throw time for Loras. Defenders might want a timeout to talk things over. Dordt leading 54-47, but the Dewhawks, a little bit of momentum rolling their way right now. Dordt leading 54-47. Pass into the backcourt. And the Dewhawks bring it up. This is Pearson. Ball deflected. Lorenzen trying to come away with a steal instead. Dewhawks drive into the lane. Shot no good that time by Pearson. Here comes Dordt in transition. Transition 3 for Lorenzen. No good. And the rebound tipped, and Loras comes away with the basketball. This is Kober. Kober feeds it off. On the left-hand side, Singleton. Singleton on the wing. Back over to Bass. Bass down to the baseline. Bass gives it up. Gets it back out front. Singleton. Singleton on the wing. 5 out for Loras right now. Paint wide open. Nobody posting up. Kick out pass 3. Missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Hargens. Hargens gets it ahead. Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Luke right side. Kopic. Kopic drives in. Puts it up. The floater off the glass. Good. Bryce Kopic with another 2. And Bryce Kopic has 13. And the defender lead is 56-47. 56-47, Loras. And we've got a hold called on Lucas Lorenzen. That's his second. So the defenders with a 9-point lead, 56-47, 10:21 remaining in the game. So we approach the midpoint of the half. Dordt leading 56-47. And Jack Haynes will go to the free throw line. Haynes with 14. 56% free throw shooter last season. He'll shoot a 1-and-1, makes the first one. He's got a team high 15 points thus far, the 6'7 junior. And a second free throw on the way. This one is up, and that one is good as well. So Haynes makes them both. He's 2 for 2 tonight, and the Dordt lead is 56-49, and we have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute.
Homegrown. Community. Family.
Innovators.
Growth.
Faith.
Legacy.
We are dedicated to egg.
Homegrown. Community.
See Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab when the aches and pains won't go away. Visit proactivephysicaltherapy.net when you want to get back to the activities you love.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
(56-49), defenders by 7. 10:21 remaining in the game. That's in regulation. So the defenders with the basketball. Bryce Kopic will bring it up the floor. Bryce across the half-court stripe. Pass left side Proctor. Dump it down low Hargens. Hargens posting up. Hargens into the paint. Kick out pass. Vanessen. 3 players around him. Goes cross court. Proctor on the left wing. Back over to Hargens. Hargens, short shot in the lane, good. Jake Hargens with the 2-point basket. He's got 5, and the defender lead is 58-49. 58-49. Loras basketball, service, and throw it into the paint, and we've got a foul called on the cut into the paint. That's going to go against the defenders. Foul called on Hargens is his 3rd after picking up 2 early ones tonight. So 1-and-1 on the way for Bass. Bass trying to trim the lead again down to 7. Free throws up on the rim and falls through. Another one on the way. Bass now 7 of 8 from the free throw line. The defenders 7 of 10. Dordt has a 27-24 rebounding edge, 14-9 on the turnover front. So Bass makes both free throws. And the defenders lead 58-51. The defenders with the advantage in terms of turnovers. They have committed 9 and forced 14. Had 5 at halftime. Bryce Kopic, left side it goes Hargens. Hargens driving in, scoops it up, shot no good, but a blocking foul called on Loras. That's going to go against Jared Pearson. And Jake Hargens will go to the free throw line and he'll shoot 2. So Hargens will shoot 2. As he was fouled in the act of shooting. And the free throw by Jake, in and out, no good. Just need 1 to go in for Jake Hargens right now. He's got 5 points this evening. 1 for 5 from the free throw line so far, and that one skips out. Halfway down, pops out. 58-51, things starting to tighten up a bit here in the last 10 minutes now. Loras basketball. Dordt brings the double team. It's taken away by Evanescent. Ty over the basketball. Gets it back over to Bryce. Bryce into the front court. So Bryce Kopic setting the offense. Bryce will drive in, puts it up off balance, shot no good. Caught in the air without a flight plan, it appeared. And here comes Loras. Loras back right side. Driving in is Sarvis. Sarvis kick out pass down to the baseline. We got Ben Loverud in the ball game for the first time for the defenders. Ball taken away by Hargens. Hargens gets it ahead Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Left side Proctor. Long 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Loras. Loras for the basketball. 8:44 remaining. Defenders have been outscored here in the second half. 31-20. Shot on the way, off the heel, no good, and the rebound cleared by Kopic. 8:29 left to play. Don't think my math was right there. Got to double check it. Turning into the paint is Hargens. Hargens off of the glass, no good, but Jake will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. And right now, Jake's got to start making some free throws. Kyle Kober called for foul number 2. So it was 38-30 at halftime. So Dordt has scored 20. Duhawks have scored 21. So there, I trust my math. They've outscored the defenders 21-20. Free throw on the way for Jake, up and through. Another one on the way for Jake Hargens. He's got 6 points. And a second free throw on the way. Dordt will play another American Rivers Conference school next week, as they'll be facing Luther 1 week from this evening. Second free throw on the way for Hargens, trying to extend the lead back to 9. Free throw up, and that one skips off, no good. 59-51, defenders by 8. Loras is cut into the lead. Dordt had it up to as many as 14 at one point. Loras now back to within 7. Shot in the paint, up and good for Singleton. Alex Singleton with his first basket today, and it's back to a 6-point ball game, 59-53. Hargens short corner, down on the block. Little hook shot in the paint, good. Jake Hargens with a 2-point bucket. He's got 8, and the defenders lead 61-53. Loras basketball, out front it comes to Tyler Bass. Bass to Singleton. Singleton. This is Bass. Bass into the paint. Shot no good, and the rebound cleared by the defenders. Loose basketball, and it's taken away by Dordt. No look pass, and the layup Hargens. That was Rankin with the no look pass to Jake Hargens. Hargens with 10, and the defenders extend the lead back up to 63-53. I believe I misidentified Mayan Whitfield as Bass moments ago. That's Whitfield on the right wing with it. Where's number 0? Ball deflected, taken away by Hargens, and Hargens is going to be called for traveling. Hargens came down with it. Oh, we've got a foul actually called in the backcourt against Loras. Thought they were going to call Jake Hargens for the travel, and I thought that was a pretty eager whistle, but instead they call a foul on Whitfield. 63-53 defenders. Dordt leading by 10. Inbounding the basketball will be Lorenzen. So Lorenzen inbounds. He gets it into Rankin. Dordt with an opportunity to extend the lead. Rankin across half court. In between the circles out front. Luke with the basketball. Comes back out front. Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Prinz. Prinz to Fairclough. Fairclough with the basketball back to the basket. Fairclough picks up his dribble. Comes back outside to Rankin. Rankin with it. Rankin driving in. Right side Prinz. Ball fake. Short jumper for Prinz, up and good. Tyler Prinz with a 2-point bucket. He's got 9, and the defenders lead 65-53. Mentioned that Tyler's dealt with injury the last couple of years. Turned an ankle last year, early in the year. He was having a great preseason from what I recall, and that just slowed him the rest of the season. Pass goes underneath Bass. Bass shot, hangs on the rim, and goes through. Bass with a 2-point bucket. So Tyler Bass now with 16 by my count. I think he leads all scorers. And it's back to a 10-point ball game, 65-55. So Bass 3 for 3 from the free throw line so far. And the free throw is up, and that one's good. So Tyler Bass with a 3-point play. Dordt leads by 9, 65-56. Back come the defenders, Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, down to the baseline, back over to Fairclough. Fairclough, Milliken left wing, 3-point line. Back beyond the 3-point line. This is Fairclough, and a reach-in foul called on Alex Singleton. Singleton whistled for foul number 2. Can't believe it. 5:53 left to go in the game. So Dordt leading by 9. Still time for Loras, but you begin to run out of possessions. A little lower scoring game than I had anticipated. This is a Dordt team that was averaging about 90 points per game last year. That's 65 right now, so doubt that they'll make 90. But you never know. If they get cooking, they can put them up in a hurry. Ben Fairclough, free throw, good. Another one on the way. Both teams in the bonus from here on out. So we'll have football tomorrow afternoon on the Dordt Media Network. Soccer on the air as well. Second free throw by Ben Fairclough up and through. He's got 6. And the defender lead is 67-56. Well, football at 1, soccer at 10, and volleyball 3:30 JV, 5 o'clock varsity. With the basketball is Berendis. 3, no good. Long rebound taken away by Rankin. Rankin loses it, picks it back up, bats it back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it. Lorenzen with the basketball out front. Pass goes back over to Rankin. Rankin with it. And Rankin has it in between the circles. Down low it goes. Prinz gives it up to Milliken, and Connor Milliken with a 2-point bucket off the nifty pass by Tyler Prinz. And the defenders lead at 69-56. Defenders up by a baker's dozen, 69-56. Loras basketball, Pearson. Pearson throws it left side, Bass. Bass down to the baseline, cut off, and it's tipped and taken away by Fairclough. Fairclough gives it up to Rankin. Rankin into the front court, fires it into the corner. Lorenzen, rotation 3, good. 3-point bucket for Lucas Lorenzen. He's got 15, and the defenders a 72-56 lead. And a timeout on the floor. Dordt extends their lead to the biggest of the night. 72-56 this timeout, brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
So this timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Thank Casey's Bakery. They've been one of the sponsors of that, have been with us from the start of this endeavor, where the Dordt Media Network beefed up its coverage, the multi-camera angles, the replay, all that kind of good stuff. Rich Lodewijk has helped forge the path for that, and so we thank him for all of his work that oftentimes goes unnoticed. Gavin Sarvis into the paint, and of course we've got some pretty good students doing some work as well. 72-58 defenders. Kopic back over to Lorenzen, another three. Yep. Lucas Lorenzen, his fourth three, and the Dordt defenders with an 18-point night by Lucas Lorenzen. It's 75-58, biggest lead of the ball game for the defenders, and now a foul called on the other end. That's going to go against Ben Fairclough. So Ben Fairclough whistled for the personal foul for Ben. That's number 3 on him with 4:06 remaining. So a little spurt, and the defenders suddenly extending the lead up into that comfortable range, up by 17 with 4:06 left. First free throw, no good for Gavin Sarvis. Now, before you draw too many conclusions about this Loras team, they have not had formal practice much up to this point. Defenders, NAI, NCAA rules, start of practice, that kind of stuff. Rules a little bit different. So the defenders have been practicing a little while longer, and coaches will tell you that, yes, that does matter. Pass left side, Kober. Kober three on the way, no good. Rebound taken away by Rankin. Rankin off to the races, doesn't have the numbers. Drops it off for Lorenzen. Lorenzen layup good. Lucas Lorenzen with a 2-point bucket. He's got a dozen, and the defenders lead 77-58. 77-58. Gavin Sarvis with it on the right-hand side. Sarvis on the elbow. Sarvis gives it up underneath. Layup is good for Jack Haynes. Haynes with 18, and the defender lead is 77-60. 77-60. With it out front, Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it up Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic back over to Lucas. Lucas another one. Yep. Don't touch anything, it'll melt right now. Lucas Lorenzen, must have heard me talking about not getting to 90. Suddenly, Dordt's at 80-60 with 3:09 remaining, and that's well within reach. Told you they could get put points up in a hurry if they get cooking. 80-60 our score. This was a 7-point game not that long ago. Loras with the basketball. Pass, left side it goes. Tyler Bass. Bass into the paint against Milliken. Shot no good. And the rebound is deflected out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball. This was a 59-53 ball game. Since then, the defenders a 21-7 run, and they've extended the lead up to 20. Ty Van Essen will check out of the ball game. And Jake Hargens will check in. On the floor for the defenders, Kopic, Hargens, Rankin, Milliken, and Lorenzen. Rankin with it out front, 2:36 remaining, and Rankin drives in, lays it up with the left hand, and couldn't get in front of him. And the defenders lead 82-60. Couldn't stay in front of him, I should say. Dewhawks have the basketball, bringing the ball up the right-hand side. That is Jared Pearson, and they throw it away. It'll be Dordt basketball. A little bit of frustration right now for Loras. I have to believe that playing games early like this for Loras with no consequence in terms of against their win-loss record, it's a freebie, it's an exhibition for them. They are going to feel the effects of this positively moving forward, because you get to play a good opponent in a game-like situation. This is not a scrimmage for the defenders, and usually teams will rise to the challenge and occasion. Dewhawks, for much of the game tonight, right in it, but now the defenders in control, up 82-60. Dordt will have a week off, and then they'll play Luther again a week from tonight. We continue that Friday night basketball. Women's team will open the season a week from Saturday against Oregon Tech. Another three, Lucas Lorenzen, yep. 6 threes for Lorenzen. He's got 26, and the defenders lead 85-60. Things have gotten out of hand now. Whitfield with the basketball. Whitfield, left-hand side, it goes Berendes. Berendes shot no good. Loose basketball. And Xavier Van Beek down on the floor after it. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Loras basketball. He was trying to take it away from Kyle Kober. Need to check on that hockey contest. 4-1 defenders. And looks like they're in between periods there. Lucas Lorenzen will check out of the ball game, 26 points. Lucas had 8 at halftime, 18 in the second half, 6 3-pointers. And he can make it look pretty easy at times. 1:24 left to play in the contest. Both teams in the bonus. Loras basketball. And the pass out front and a shot clock violation against Loras. They were unaware as to how much time was remaining. So back into the game, Ben Loverud, senior from Urbandale. Prinz is on the floor as well. That's Tyler. Checking into the ball game will be Dordt's Tyson Bohr. And the Dewhawks will also extend their bench here. New players checking in. So for the defenders, you've got Bohr, Loverud, Van Beek, Prinz. Van Beek and Prinz they played their high school basketball together at Sioux Falls Christian. Over in the corner for the defenders, ducking down there, almost missed him. Jake Proctor on the floor right now for Dordt. 1:09 remaining in the game. With it on the right-hand side, Xavier Van Beek with it. Xavier into the front court, gets it away to Proctor. Proctor with it into Prinz. Prinz to Bohr. Bohr, Loverud. Loverud back to Bohr. Bohr, right side. Xavier, three, no good. Rebound, Loverud. Loverud with an offensive rebound. Loverud with it, gets it away to Xavier, Proctor, layup, right hand, good. Jake Proctor with 9. Dordt leading 87-60. I think Jake could help the defenders before this season is over. He's got 9 here in his defender debut. With it on the right-hand side. Shot on the way, no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Loras. It'll be Dordt basketball. So we'll be back on the air tomorrow afternoon for football on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. We'll be on the air actually before noon with soccer. And the defenders will dribble out the clock. Dordt will win it by a final of 87-60. The defenders 1-0. They'll play Luther a week from tonight. For Loras, the exhibition game is in the books. They probably found out some things about themselves as well. Final score, Dordt 87, Loras 60. The defenders outscore Loras 49-30 in the second half, extending a 8-point halftime lead to 27 at the end of regulation. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the Wireless World post-game show right after this 2-minute timeout.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for your next project? Look no further than Rental, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency in Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelen-Hoven Agency, Sioux Center Advisors, Mark Hulsoff, Lisa Dykstra, or Kyle Blankers. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Loras, helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dordt Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail. Today's broadcast brought to you by M&H True Value of Rock Valley. Behind every project is True Value. Start right. Start here.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as the Dordt defenders come away with a victory here this evening by a final score of 87-60. And back in the truck, why don't we go ahead and run those highlights as we take a look at things here on the post-game show, the Wireless World post-game show. Dordt got going in the second half with some three-pointers, and Tyler Prinz. Tyler, nice night tonight for the senior from Sioux Falls. He ends up with 9 points. A three, layup, had a pull-up jumper in there as well. Alex Singleton scored a couple of points, 6'7" senior for Loras. There you see Tyler Prinz with the pull-up jumper, 2 of his 9. Big smile on his face after that one. Loras did have it down to a 7-point ball game. Tyler Bass kept him in it. He had 17 unofficially. Lucas Lorenzen got going late though. 4 threes for Lucas Lorenzen on the way to a game high 26 points. And the defenders win it by a final of 87-60. This was a 38-30 halftime lead for the defenders. Dordt extended it to double digits. But the Loras Dewhawks kept trimming away at the lead, had it down to 59-51. It was 61-53. And from there, though, 61-53 to the end of the ball game. Dordt outscored Loras 26-7. And Dordt goes on to win it by the final 27-point margin, 87-60. Never trailed in the second half and never trailed after taking the lead at 8-7. We were tied at 13. Loras had it down to 1 several occasions. Dordt had the 8-point lead at halftime. Lead was never less than 7 the rest of the way. And that's your final, 87-60. The Dordt defenders coming away with a victory here this evening. Taking a look at the numbers. We'll do that here. The Dordt defenders, 33 of 62 shooting, 53%, 11 of 25 three-pointers, 44%, 10 of 15 on free throws, 67%. Dordt with a 34-29 rebounding edge. And also the defenders. Turnovers, Dordt had 5 at halftime, end with 10, only turned it over once late. Loras ends up with 20 turnovers as well, so the defenders come away with the win 34-29. Before we get to the individual numbers, we are going to visit with Bryce Kopic. And Bryce, the online question is, can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me.
I can hear you in my right ear, and I think that's probably good enough.
That's
yeah.
That's the good. That's my good. That's how people hear me best, is in their right ear.
Right.
So,
that's great then.
Congratulations, nice win for the team. And does preseason get long? I mean, does it turn into a long preseason?
You know what? My answer to that, yes, it does. Especially, I mean, this is my 5th year. I'm going through this whole process for a 5th time. And I think we started, don't quote me on this, but I think we started a week early this year because we didn't take a week of practice back in the end of the season last year. So, yeah, we've been practicing a long time, and it's just good to get in front of a big crowd again. We've been scrimmaging a little bit, but it's just not comparable to playing home in the DeWitt, that's for sure.
You play a team like Loras, and you don't know a whole lot about them. The scouting report is, I would guess, bare minimum. How challenging is that to go into a game where maybe you don't have as much to go on?
Yeah, I mean, they brought it back a lot of guys from last year, so we kind of knew how they were going to play. But it's been a huge focus for us this year to just play our game. We want to force turnovers, get up and down. We've seen that for 4 years now with me and Luke playing together in that group. And so that's exactly what we wanted to come out here and do. And the thing is, they've got to do the exact same thing. They don't know exactly what we're going to do. So I'd call it an even playing field, and I'd say we came out on top tonight, so that's a win.
Team got going really in the last 7 minutes or so. I think I looked up at the clock and we were at 65, and I said, well, this is a team last year that was averaging about 90. I don't know that we're going to get to 90, but I said, well, they can score in a hurry if they get going. Team got going. Was it a matter of playing fast? Was it wearing Loras down? Can you put your finger on why you're able to score really a lot of points late in this one?
You know, 2 reasons. One, Lucas Lorenzen.
Yeah.
He got hot. He's great, man, and he's just going to continue to get better. And number 2, I mean, this is a veteran group. We're just going to continue to play the same brand of basketball throughout the entire game, and that's exactly what we did. And we wore them out, and they didn't want to run with us quite as much towards the end of the second half, and all of a sudden shots fall. It's demoralizing for them, and so we just kept going up and down. And yeah, it's just a great performance from our guys tonight.
You didn't hear it, but at halftime we did the championship banner reveal for the women's basketball team, and I asked Carly Gustafson, I said, why do you come back for a 5th year? I said, I mean, plain and simple, why do you come back for a 5th year? I'm going to ask you the same thing. You're back for a 5th season. Why do you come back for a 5th year?
I mean, there's so many reasons. I look at the guys on the team. I look at this community that surrounds us, my love for the game. I mean, this is just something that you want to be a part of. And, you know, you just tell that to everybody, and you just continue to hear that message over and over again, but it's so true. These guys, we just love each other. We love the game of basketball. And, you know, we have this huge crowd in the DeWitt that comes to watch us every night. It really doesn't get any better than that. So, I mean, I had to come back.
Bryce, hope to talk to you a few more times. We'll save some other questions for later, but congratulations. 1-0 has a nice ring to it. We'll see what happens on next Friday when you play Luther, and we start getting into this thing really steady from there on out. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. You're great.
That's Bryce Kopic, the Dordt Defenders senior, a super senior, if you will, and he got going as well tonight. I've got him down for 13 points unofficially, and I always stress that minor unofficially ends up with 12. I think I had a 3 where I thought it was maybe a 3, and it was a 2 instead. And taking a look at those individual numbers, Lucas Lorenzen, 10 for 19, 6 of 10 on threes, 26 points. Bryce Kopic, 12 points. 10 points for Jake Hargans, 4 of 5 from the floor, 8 for Luke Rankin, and 7 for Connor Milliken. And there you have Tyler Prince with 9 squeezing in there. And Jake Proctor, he had 7. I had him with 9, but 7 on the official. And Ben Fairclaw with 6. Coach Brian Van Haften takes a seat beside me. And Coach Van Haften, for your team this evening, solid effort, solid game. You look up at the board at the end of it all, 87-60, but just had to stay the course through 30 minutes, relatively close ball game, and then your team got rolling a little bit.
Yeah, we did. Just one of those nights where the first half of the first game of the year, wasn't pretty. We played Loras' style of basketball. I mean, they're going to have a great year, Loras is. Coming off of a 24-6 team, and, most of their guys are back, just like ours. So we knew this was going to be a tough game. And, just a little bit sluggish in the first half. But finally, the second half, we got things going a little bit. I don't know how many times we turned them over in the second half, but I thought we did a really nice job.
I think you ended up with 9 in the second half, 20 for the ball game.
Yeah, it's really good. I thought we turned them over really well and did some really good things out there, when we doubled in the post and that kind of thing. I had said to Lucas Lorenzen about 8 minutes left in the game, I said, Barry, to put him back in. I said, well, listen, I said, you probably got 2 in a row with you somewhere. So, yeah, he did have 2 in a row, twice, and that really put it away. Great passes by Luke.
Yeah, and there you go, Luke Rankin, 10 assists, 3 steals. Looked like you tried to put a little more pressure on the out front, the guards.
Yep, we did.
And that's you can do that when you got senior guards and they're physically strong.
Yep.
Tell me about Jake Proctor. I'm guessing that a lot of people are going to look at the box score and they're going to say, okay, Jake Proctor. And I gave him a little thumbnail. He spent last year at Tabor, has some Dordt ties for his family. But that's a long time ago.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about Jake Proctor.
Man, Jake is a blessing for us. Jake fits in really well. He came up this summer to hang out with the guys for a week when we were playing in our league in Sioux City, and instantly became really good friends with Jake Hargans and Connor Milliken, which is in the same class. And
those are two guys that are really tough to get along with.
Really
man.
Tough. Yes.
If you can't get along with them, you're in trouble.
Big trouble. You are so right, Mike. I'm glad you said that because we have the best guys in the world, man. And I heard I didn't hear anything until you asked Bryce why he came back for his 5th year. And he came back for guys like Jake Hargans and Connor Milliken. That's why he came back. For guys like that who are great people, faith-filled men who want to make a difference. And not only in life, but also on their team. And, Bryce is part of that as well. And but Jake Proctor is a guy, and he's tough. He's the one that helps us pick up the pressure a little bit full court. I probably didn't play him enough tonight at times, but he's really shot the basketball well. He's a really good, like I said, really good defender. He's physical, and just a great young man, and we're going to be really happy he's playing for us over the next 3 years.
Luther coming up on Friday. We'll worry about that next week. And congratulations. Nice way to start the year. 1-0 has a nice ring to it.
It does.
See if you can make it 2-0 next week. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you very much, Mike. And just really glad all our fans are back with us. And, like Mike said here a little bit ago, we kind of wish sometimes all these people could get to know all of our guys because they're wonderful, Christ-centered people. And we're lucky to have these guys. And hopefully all of our teams win tomorrow. I know football's got a big game. Volleyball's got a big game. How's the hockey team doing tonight?
Hockey's up 5-1.
That away. I love Coach Morgan and his hockey guys. And it's going to be a great day tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you. That's Coach Brian Van Haften, and we're going to wrap up the stats here. I gave you Ben Fairclough 8 rebounds, 4 rebounds for Luke Rankin. 10 assists for Luke Rankin, 3 steals for Rankin as well. For Loras, they were led by Haynes with 18. Bass had 17, 6 of 11 shooting. And then it drops off to Kober, had 8 off of the bench. Berendis had 6, 5 for Sarvis, 4 for Pearson, and 2 for Singleton. For Loras, 9 rebounds for Haynes and 4 rebounds for Bass. 3 assists each for Bass, Pearson, and Sarvis. And, I think that's going to do it. Dordt wins it by a final of 87-60. Coach Brian Van Haften said it best. We'll be back with it. More action tomorrow. Dordt football at 1 o'clock, soccer at noon, and volleyball wrapping things up at about 5 o'clock with the varsity, junior varsity starting at 3:30. That's going to do it for our broadcast. For the Dordt Media Network crew, I'm Mike Biker. Have a good evening.